Hey guys, what's going on? It's Alexander Williamson here with the secret history living inside of all of our aquariums. How y'all doing? Let me check out the comments. I wanted to apologize to you guys real quick because I have a dual sinus infection, which you guys can probably see is actually swelling up my eyes as well. My luck's not so great with the health stuff, you know? All right, let's see what's the people been talking about. Oh wow, there's a lot of people in here. Okay, Pet Sonic or Pexotics, welcome. Animal Lover number one, hello. Insight Fool one, hello. How are you doing, ma'am? Andrew Owens, here's Johnny. Hello, everybody. Richard Rowe. Techno Allah, hey, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you in here. So we're going to talk about the little guys, the shrimps. We can. They're sitting right over there. You guys like that picture on the thumbnail? That was actually... We'll see if we can get it to happen again, but I actually set up a battle between my two types of shrimp for an article. They don't actually hurt each other. They just jump around confusedly. So, I like talking about shrimps. Yeah, we can talk about shrimps today. Awesome new fish channels to sub to. Otter Creek Aquatics. Thank you so much. Oddball Aquatics, how are you? Alyssa, always good to see you. Fancy Tail Aquatics, Will Stout, Swag Skywalker, Redacted XX. Hello, everyone! So, before I get comments, other than I love your nails, yes, I have bright purple nails. My wife and I went and got pedicures, and it was lovely. So, what do you guys want to talk about? You guys have any questions? You guys have any successes going on in the hobby? Any failures? Remember last week was kind of a bunch of failures for me. I guess we can't really start this without, hey Alex, did you see my newest Fishfam spoken word? Your channel name is in it. No, I haven't. I'll have to check that out. I'm sorry, I haven't seen it yet. How are you doing at this time from the lightning deal? Mentally, I'm doing a lot better. I fade. So, like, I take naps before I do these live streams or make videos. And I get worn out. I get kind of glazed over like a zombie. My brain still gets very tired easily. But when it's back to normal, like I feel right now, it's kind of like I feel like I'm have superpowers, and then it kind of declines back down. So that's doing better. The burns are healing. I mean, I still got lupus and dermatitis rashes and stuff, but my thighs are healing up, and also my the bone loss in my legs doing better. My teeth. I'm still missing chunks here. Missing a whole bunch back here. And so they're going to have to do posts and implants. But they did patch, I don't know if you guys can see it on the roof of my mouth. And there is a screw that, well, focus. There's a screw that's going like this, and it's holding my jaw or skull, whatever you want to call it, my upper jaw. It's holding a little fractured piece together because my sinuses got perforated down into the nerve that there's a channel that has a nerve here. So that's going on. Mentally, stamina's low and all that. Finances are still a bear, but you guys who helped out on the GoFundMe or helped out with the channel so that I could continue this hobby through all of this means the world to me. Thank you so much. Yeah, so it's getting hot in here. This fish room, I'm heating the room now for sure. I had a painting over the thermostat, which was a dumb idea just to kind of hide it. Like I put a painting over it because I usually just leave it at 65 or whatever. But now I want it a little warmer, like 74 at least for the fish tanks, and then I can have a supplemental heater in each tank just in case as a CYA. You've got 12 fish coming from Aquatic Arts tomorrow. Awesome. That is rad to hear. Let me know how that goes. And, you know, I just sent them a message about a little bit bigger of a connection to one another, like talking about maybe doing like a featured plant of the month or something, and like doing like getting a package of 4 plants they might send me, and then, you know, I'll talk about the history and the background, and do one in a low tech tank and one in a high tech tank or something like that. But mention their name and they would supply me. So that could be fun, something like that. Also with the shrimp and the new nano fish they have access to, they might send me some of that stuff to check out and review. Need to get a microphone so I can check out... Oh, a microscope. Yeah, I've got a microscope, and you should get one too. I agree. Let's see. I'm trying to read here. I killed like 5 of my... Oh no, pure red line crystals, but the rest of them are doing fine. Still got 17. That's awesome. That was from Lucas, right? Not Bretz, but from, what's his name? Lucas, from buypetshrimps.com. I heard on the new gig. What type of heater are you using in the fish room? You know, I hate it. We have baseboard radiator heaters that were put in the 1970s. No joke. And I don't own this house. We're renting. My wife has been renting for 11 years. Don't get me started. I want to buy a house instead of paying rent in Seattle. I'd rather move somewhere and pay less because the rent is too damn high. You found dwarf... Jeff Griffin says, found dwarf neon rainbow babies today. What do you do to keep them alive? Don't let them get eaten. If you have a well-seasoned tank, honestly, they will eat the algae and whatever. They are teeny little fry. I assume you mean the Praecox rainbow fish, the neon dwarf rainbows. Those are great little fish, but they are like the size of an eyelash when they're born. I would recommend getting some... I mean, if you're really committed, you definitely want to do the live baby brine shrimp, and feed them that. But, I mean, they've survived off of, like... This is from Aquarium Co-op. You can see this bottle's old, wet, and faded, but... it's basic. I mean, you can do that, or like I'll get Daphnia or tube effects worms, and I'll crush that up and just kind of switch up what they eat, but just kind of give them a powdered food. And if you have an older tank, there's tons of little nano creatures that you can't see that your tiny fry will eat. And then if they're not so tiny that they can't eat the little microscopic stuff, then they're big enough to eat crushed food. So 10 more subs to 100. Hook me up, Fishfam. Otter Creek Aquatics. Let's do a shout out to you, buddy. Otter Creek Aquatics. Looks like he needs some more sub. He or she. I'm assuming. I don't know why I assumed he, but yeah. In any case, check his channel out, her channel out, whichever it may be. Oddball, thanks. Hopefully I will meet you at CCAC. Let's see here. Am I... Oh, you know what? Gotta go to bed late in Alabama. Alright, Andrew. Well, good night. Alabama. Beautiful state. Beautiful state. The wildlife there. People don't talk about it like they should, but it's beautiful. Lots of good aquatic plants down there, too. Nope, but he's gonna need help because he is gonna get slam drunk at the aquascaping contest. Let's see here. Swag Skywalker, Nerdboy Aquatics. You offered from them also. Harry was amazing. You lost 4 out of 6 Pandagars. Just ordered some shrimp from them. Thanks for the info. Oh, you lost 4 out of 6 of your Pandagars? That is sad. Swag, what are you talking? You got an offer also? I wanted to hear what's going down. Let me know what you're talking about. But yeah, and they have a sale going on. Um, they have a sale going on, and it's 25% off all plants. But if you enter that code in the notes, type in Secret Shrimp 15 or hey, the secret history living inside your aquarium, or secret history, or Alex Williamson sent me here. They should hook you up with either another 10 or 15% during the sale, or toss in like an extra fish of whatever. I heard now from 3 people who actually ordered the panda loaches because they saw the video and they were like, I'm going to get some panda loaches because they're awesome. And everybody I talked to got a free $30 panda loach. So, yeah. Don't have many videos yet, but let people know what you think of Redacted XX Fry, his betta fry, or I guess it could be a sheep, but I'm gonna go with he because I'm sexist. So, also been talking a little bit with Betsy. Betsy, where are you? About maybe coming out to a Maasai meeting. That would be really cool if we could get that going. Alright, so I have an idea. You guys like the little thumbnail clip? They are those shrimp. That's the Babalti, neon green color changing chameleon shrimp, as I call them. And some other people call them that too. I'm not crazy. What is this? I got like a hive starting on my nose. So if I just keel over, somebody do something. Like just press 11111. Oh! Betsy is cleaning a chicken for dinner. What time will it be ready? It's a quick little jaunt over to your state, halfway across the country. Alright, enough of me sipping the Dr. P. Let's check out the shrimp. So the same shrimp that were on the cover of the thumbnail. Whoa, look at that hair swath going on from the hat hair. Man, talk about like, what was that era? Leonardo DiCaprio when he had the like bowl cut that parted. Whatever. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, Jess, I am so excited for you to go to the Aquatic Experience if you're going. Let's turn this around. Philadelphia. So, as you can see, these little guys are doing well. You can see that I have a boatload of females in here currently. And also, so this is just to show you how funky genetics can be. So, we have my kings, as I call them. The 2 males that I like their genes the most, want them to continue and to become more, like, predictable. Like, everyone's going to turn out that way. Boy, we got 3 very pregnant females in here. But, check this out. So, we've got one of his babies that looks like pure leopard endler from rainbow leopard endler. And that, in him, you can see that it just is a couple dots. When he puts his dorsal fin up, too, he's got some dots on it, but dots in the tail, whereas the genes just shuffled crazy in here, and he's going to be, like, a pretty nice example of a stripe, maybe even tiger. Yeah, look at those stripes. So that will be a tiger. But I can't put him back with the beautiful other twist that I'm doing on Lucas Bretz rainbow endlers, which I'm doing a blue and purple sheen spade tail version of his endlers, which is pretty much dialed in. Like, I pretty much have this down into my own specific strain rather than his come out in a lot of different colors and have some different variations and tails and stuff like that. But like I said, I can't put this beautiful specimen back down there because now it's got the latent genes from the mother that are all blue, Japanese blue. So that's going to throw everything off. So just kind of interesting. Spade tail, yeah. Spade tail, haven't seen that before, or you don't like it? What's the deal? So these guys have a lyre tail that's kind of false, like it's a half lyre tail, but the reason I like that is because, one, they swim just as well still when they still have part of it, so I like to think that they're comfortable, you know, and not stressed, not being able to get away. But they also can do all sorts of crazy dances to impress the ladies and separate those two flowy tail deals. And yeah, so they're fun to watch. But this line, I'm really trying to dial in. I'm trying to kind of get it down to that. Check out this Prego female. This is a, come on, come back over here. Red, even though the tannins in this tank make it look orange, but these are red platinum endlers. Over here we've got my L144s, clearly not using the cave right now, and that is because they had the bibbies. So the bibbies are all over the tank. I counted yesterday and came up with about 40 of them maybe. So it looks like that's about how many survived. They're far too large for these guys to eat. So I'm not worried about. And they're not orange. I know they look that way with the lighting, but they actually have like a pretty fire poppy red tail. And then they have like a cobra or snakeskin pattern silver on the rest. I played EverQuest and I played Ultima Online actually. The other thing going on in this tank is we've got red shrimp. They're kind of just chilling. Their colors are pretty bad because they're probably stressed. Cory cats, they've been laying eggs. I put some sand aside for them, and they pick up rocks from other places and make a mess. But I put 2 sand boxes kind of in this area to help them play around, and I've been seeing eggs on the glass. So these are Aeneas corridoras, and back there are ruby tetras. So that's what's going on in these tanks that I haven't really checked in on for a while. We did have some deaths of other plecos and critters in the tanks that you guys probably heard about when the heater failed. But check out those onodontodes on that guy. Hello. So albino, but not organelle or organ internal albino. The blue eye indicates that it is a superficial form of albinism defect, but still, you can see that scar on the side from where it got in a fight, killed my Starlight pleco. So these two are gonna just hang out with each other because they don't know how to play nice with anyone else. But hopefully we have 40 babies coming out. And now let's take a visit down to the ground. So I put food in before y'all came along, and this is generally kind of entertaining to watch. Sorry about the water spots. Let's see here. I can clean those off right now, at least superficially. Okay, so we've got some cucumber in here and a couple pellets. I'm gonna read back up on the. Hold on, let me move. Let me set this up so I don't have to hold it and I can actually read your comments. Hold on, sorry guys. Tripods. More difficult than relationships. Alright. Let's get this into frame. Ta-da! Alright, so if you notice, this is a new thing, but now that the Balti green, neon green shrimp, which can actually turn colors, they can turn orange, they can turn tan, rusty red. Now that they are breeding, they've gotten some kahunas, and they have decided we will fight for food. So it's kind of interesting, but you can see that they have their babies in tow. Interestingly enough, these guys actually have really pretty intense parental care, which really surprises me. Let's see. I'm gonna read some comments. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I know I haven't looked at them in a while. Thanks. Yeah, I'm sounding better. My mind's back where it needs to be right now, which is good. You put some fish and a snail in your tiny tank. Yeah, Betsy got a tiny tank, like this world's smallest aquarium. I think it literally is the smallest manufactured aquarium ever made, other than those stupid disco shoes that used to have goldfish in them, which were just like shaken fish syndrome traps. Let's see here. Alex, will be fun to see if you get short-tail babies out of the L144 pairing. I will get long tail because they are both long fancy tail, actually. But the green dragons, I have a mix of long tail and short tail together just because I want to see who, if anybody, is gonna mate with one another. Oddball, bye-bye. We're trying to net a red shrimp from your tiny tank today, and the Amanos kept coming and afraid. Longtail is usually dominant gene, weirdly. Yeah, it's kind of like having six fingers. So like that, when people have six fingers, I can't think of what that's called right now. Digital, like paradigitalis, or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. But when they have the extra finger, it's actually a dominant trait and passed down on the female side generally. But that's kind of interesting that it's dominant to have six fingers instead of the normal fingers. Polydactyl, thank you so much. Oh, that was bugging me. Not to be confused with pterodactyl, a flying creature from Triassic era and Jurassic, and then more recently. And they're finding out lots of really cool stuff about the petrodactyl or the pterodactyl, whatever you want to call it. Koi Betafin Addicts, welcome. So basically what you see here is the Blue Dreams outnumber my Babalti shrimp by a lot. Like, I don't know by how much. This tank is honestly pretty hard. I'm always looking at it and I'm thinking, oh shoot, like, I don't have that many shrimp in it right now. And then like I look up here and it's like, oh wait, actually there's still a ton of shrimp up there and pregnant ones and stuff. And I have that tank up with them also. So I don't need to stress as much as I do about shrimp numbers, but I'm always so cautious because I've had a lot of colonies collapse in the past. When you sell shrimp, it's always important to keep like twice what you think you would need, and ideally, if you can, in two separate tanks. Just trying to move some stuff around so I can actually get in here and film with the tripod legs. So, does anybody have any questions today about shrimp or any other fish-related forays? By the way, the video that I made 2 days ago, let's talk about that for a sec. I talked about tariffs, and I talked about Donald Trump and his economic policy, and I have my opinions. I don't particularly like any politicians that are in the news lately, honestly. But I tried very hard to represent what he believes and why he's placing those tariffs on things. Well, I had lost over, I think, 70 now subscribers over that video because they thought I was dissing Donald Trump or something, and a lot of people called me un-American and a communist. I got all these messages privately, even some emails and stuff. Like, people went out of their way to get a hold of me and tell me what a idiot I was. So kind of crazy, but I was hoping that I presented that topic in a fair light. I've talked to 3 shop owners that said that their costs, they've already happened, like this week. I talked to them a couple weeks ago, was a little skeptical that it would be so sudden, and then all of a sudden, boom, their prices have changed. And whether that's just jumping the gun on the distributor's part. That could turn into a blue Riley right there, or a blue tiger Neocaridina, not a tiger shrimp, obviously, different shrimp altogether. But I'll probably pull that one out. All right, let me see. Blake's Aquatics, welcome, by the way. Have you ever used peroxide to keep eggs from fungusing? I haven't used peroxide. Peroxide is a pretty harsh chemical. What it does is it literally kills living cells. Methylene blue is what I use. Yes, like Betsy says. Better than that too, you can just use water, fresh water, movement. By the way, did you guys just see that shrimp that has like half white on him? I want him to come back into focus. That was odd. But these little babaltis are yellow, and that means that they're like amped up and ready to fight. And it took me a really long time to establish this colony of babaltis. So many died in shipping. I worked so hard. Right here is a good example of a cull. I will cull this little shrimp here, not kill it, but toss it out of the tank up into the big tank upstairs and let it live its days with other less than perfect shrimp. So, let's see here. Why'd that zoom in so much? Come on. What's your favorite shrimp food? Shrimp King's good. It's expensive. That's my only problem with Shrimp King. Honestly, my favorite shrimp food is all over the rocks in the shrimp tank right now. I just like having an old tank and letting the shrimp eat what's in there. My babies, I have used Bacter AE. That stuff ain't half bad. It's pretty decent. I like it. I like it a lot. So, let's see here. This guy. Alright, let me get purchase. Don't use peroxide on eggs. Yeah, it kills living things. Did you get Flip from... Oh, did you get those from Flip Aquatics? Yes, I got the Babaltis from Flip Aquatics. They were, or not Flip, sorry, Aquatic Arts. They were his personal project. They were one of the species that got him into the hobby. And he was kind enough to share his personal stash with me. It took 7 different tries to finally get enough or a amount that bred. A lot of them died in the male. And then a lot of them just didn't want to breed. It turned out they didn't want to be in a species' own tank, but rather to breed. The secret to me, I think I've cracked it, and it is that the hormones of the blue dreams, when they are breeding, really excite the babaltis. So hold on, we're gonna move because I need to go upstairs and grab a net while they're all together because I don't have my tiny net here. So hold on, we're taking a trip. I'll cut the lens just because I know everybody gets nauseous moving around. Do. But for fish food, the other one that I really like, or shrimp food. Oh, by the way, if you guys didn't see, I got a blue Hawaiian Moscow guppy trio, which is nice. And then my RU2s are growing out nicely. Haven't been purposefully breeding them for a little while. These guys are not neon tetras or cardinal tetras or anything like that. These are axelrod rasboras, much smaller, and they're like a gunmetal dark color. By the way, hey, he's finally out. These guys right here are my leopard frog plecos. They were yellowish when I got them, and they've seemed to be more white now. When they get nervous, they turn more yellow again. And here is another blue dream. Might be pregnant, I can't tell. But the blue dreams in this tank are hanging out. Plus, you probably saw, I would assume, recently, all the little panda loaches. There are 11 in this tank now. So that's exciting to me. Where in the heck is my net? My wife so kindly cleans up, but sometimes she puts things in bizarre places and I cannot find them again. All right, so this is the food I give my shrimp that they are, is like crack to them, but it will cause one, they'll just keep eating it, I've learned. And two, isn't that gross? I just pulled the cucumber out from the other night's video. And two, yeah, other fish eat it and stuff because you look at the ingredients and it's like ground up shrimp is the ingredient or something. But the panda loaches really love it too. Like you'll see that they're already working their way over. They smell so well. And then over here too, we've got the other shrimp in this tank. You know, I'm trying to raise a lot of different species of shrimp, even if they aren't the most glamorous, but these ones are kind of fun. They turn different colors also, kind of like the Babaltis, but these are called Malawa or Malawa, Malawa shrimp. Also, right now, however, the tank's dynamic was dialed in when I added these guppies. All of a sudden, that was enough nitrite and nitrate increase to just set off algae bloom. So hopefully all these plants growing will help mitigate that. But and it's not as washed out as you guys as it looks on the video. Like I hope you guys can see that this is actually like a nice red, burgundy, and orange and peach and different colors like that. Hold on one sec. I need that net, guys. It's up snetting. I guess we'll go look at this aquarium. Ah, there's the net too. Why would my wife put it by the biggest aquarium? How silly of her. Alright. Bacter AE is expensive. It is. You can just take like lettuce and put lettuce in a jar with fish tank water and let it sit for a while, and you can make infusoria, and that will do all right. Bacter AE was thinking of getting some, see if they go for it. They definitely go for the biofilms, Alan. They definitely do. Bob says had a minor emergency this evening with 5 overnighted from Greg Sage, Select Aquatics. They weren't. Greg sent them Monday and they were scheduled to be delivered Tuesday. They sat in Colorado a day. Ooh, sorry, Bob. That is rough. Have you guys worked it out that if, that's gonna get it squared away? Greg Sage has some darn good fish. He's a talented fish keeper, but man, I've had that happen lately a lot with shipments not going well. Insight one fish fool. She knows I shipped her five. I shipped her 5 of the green dragon fish, and I shipped her 8 quarries, and they all got delayed. It was supposed to be a 2-day shipping. It took like 4, and basically, they all died. So, super crappy. Oh, they're all alive, Bob? That is amazing. That is B.A. Bad apples. I like filming this. Let's just watch these shrimp do their shrimpity-dimpity thing while we talk. And I'm going to kind of fish some out while we're chatting. See what's going down in the quality department. Look how cute those little baby babaltis are. I can never figure out, like, when they're fighting, like, what's going on. So, Bob, what did you order from them? Hold on. I missed that comment. Yeah, what did you order from Greg Sage, Select Aquatics? Hashtag great dude. Hashtag Dr. Pepper. I need a container. Alright. Now that I've got a container and a shrimp net, we can start the culling process. So, I'm pretty strict with this tank. What are your water parameters in this tank? TDS has gone up quite a bit. And I was worried about that, but they seem to be doing really well. Let's check what the TDS is together. I haven't done a water change in this tank in a long time. I just top it off because it is doing so well. But let's do a TDS check right now. I'm guessing it's around 220. I'd be liking higher. 280. So, 280. Wow. So, the thing about that is, though, that it's probably some biological debris, like carbon or whatever, as this Brightwell soil substrate breaks down. It's not like lime scale or something, and the pH should be about 6.4. That's where it tends to sit in here. 6.5, 6.6, somewhere in there. I've had them at 7, no problem. Neocaridina shrimp should be fine anywhere from like 6 to 5 or 6 to 8, no problem. But I've had them live in real extreme situations. Longfin green dragon plecos, right on. Anybody going to the Aquatic Experience? So mentioning that, basically, I have decided that for sure I'm going next year. I thought I was going into Chicago when it happened before, and my lupus kicked in, and my wife and I were going to move apartments and get a townhouse. Then that fell through. It's been a really tough year, you guys, and this channel has helped a lot because I never announced it, but my wife and I were expecting a child, and that was going to change stuff because our lease was just about up. So we were like, oh wow, let's get a place, like let's really commit, let's settle in. And my mind wasn't on the Aquatic Experience or anything like that. And then all of the sudden, within about 8 days or 8 weeks, I mean, that undid itself, and that was hard. But between that and my health, things were elsewhere. Hey, that's some mating going on. That's not fighting. But yeah, so last year it was an awful timing to for the aquatic experience, and I just didn't go. This year, thank you so much for all the super chats and the PayPals. The PayPals are rad because then they don't take 30% of it, so that's really cool. Like Alan, you're far too kind, sir. And Bob and Betsy, all of you, you know who you are, that have just gone over and above, and you are in my debt. But next year, I want to announce now, I'm going to the Aquatic Experience. I have decided it. It is settled in my mind. We will save up through the channel probably. Like starting in the new year, we'll probably do that. Maybe I'll start selling something and, you know, those go towards that. Oh boy. See, the problem is these Babaltis are like, I want in. And here against the white, you can see how green and yellow they can be depending on their mood. But yeah, so come on, get out of there. There we go. Also, Alan, you were talking about accidental breeding happening with the panda loaches, I believe. Like 3+ years, and they need very clean water, like no nitrates and no hormone. Yeah, clear, clean, moving water seems to be key in most of these cases. All right, come on. Everybody wants to hop in, but not everybody can go to the new house. Did I even get that darker patched female? I can't tell. Did we? Did we, guys? I think all these are okay. I mean, there's 2 males. All right, come on, get out of there. Where did the female go with the dark patches? Is she over here? Oh, I saw her. There she went. And it's not that she's a bad shrimp or anything like that, but to get this electric blue that I like, you got to get rid of some of the duller colors or the ones that have this striping going on. And a lot of times it's only apparent when they're stressed or when they're happy, excited, eating, something like that. But even like that blue wobble, like that's enough that I'm going to now put that shrimp and that baby, just for why not, into another tank and let them breed out. I have one for the darker patterns that have been coming out and another one for the lighter patterns, which is closer to a blue velvet shrimp if you wanted to name it something. Also, let's take a look at this one here against the white. These two. I love that I love that blue there where they're illuminatingly blue. Get out. So apparently my shrimp are just, they want to be in this net really bad. There is one that is probably too light of a blue, maybe. Let's see. Yes, too light of a blue and too dark of a blue in the same swoop. Sweet. So these I would still call probably grade A according to, I mean, they are grade A according to Lucas Bretz, the way he does his, because the genes even out. Like any one of these darker light ones will still produce mostly beautifully, perfectly colored ones, but I'm trying to dial it down even more because why not? Oh, Bob, thank you for the super chat. Thanks for the videos and live streams. Appreciate you sharing your experience. Confession time. I was so stressed when I went to my local fish shop tonight. I got a gorgeous golden nugget pleco and hope pair with one of my other two. Oh, that is cool. I love gold nugget plecos. I tried to get some from Aquatic Arts. Asked them to order me some at a little bit above what they pay for wholesale, and I just couldn't find any good ones in their stock that look good. But that is exciting. Congratulations, Bob. That is awesome. Also, we got to get you more subscribers, bro. Jamie Baker, I appreciate that. You know, just showing up still, making comments, checking out my old videos. There's 260 some of them, and just, you know, sharing the videos on like forums like YouTube or like Facebook and stuff like that. That honestly helps a lot. Like, they take that into consideration. That and sitting and watching through the ads and all the way through all that annoying stuff. They like that too. But I don't click that skip button on the ads. Okay, so here we have another one that, where'd it go? It's a little darker than my normal palette in this tank. But he might grow up. So when they're this young, see how dark they are? A lot of times that's because they're growing so fast that their pigmentation is just dark. Now this is a very young baby. This baby is maybe 3 weeks old. And that's great to see. That means somebody had a litter that recently, and I didn't know that, because there's also these ones that were born recently, and they're a little bit older than that. So we've had multiple litters recently. So here's a perfect example of a female Babalti shrimp right here. Come on. Sorry guys. Trying to cull while talking and looking at shrimp is stupid probably. But you can see that elongated rostrum. Of course it's going to go hide behind the rock. Well, we'll talk about that later. You're jealous of those shrimps? You got 20 blue dreams and they all died in your 5-gallon flex. Think the water was too soft? It probably wasn't too soft, but it may have had too many nitrates or nitrites. I mean, I've had them in really soft water before. Neocaridinas are pretty hardy compared to most shrimp, but caridinas die super easy. Let's see here. Jamie Baker, I have the best luck with neutral substrate and crushed coral in your tanks. Yeah, Alyssa is correct. This tank this is neutral substrate. This is Fluval neutral stuff. This up here is Brightwell in the Tupperware, so I can take it out if I want. But it drops the pH. This is the only active substrate in this tank that's a 10-gallon. It's just that little bit there. And then the crushed coral is scattered around, but that gives it that up to probably about 150 or 200 hardness. And then it also gives them some calcium and some carbonate, and which is just carbon. They'll have carbon to grow. Your Neos are in 7.4. Yeah, see, so everybody has a little bit different. The JQ channel, hello, how's it going? Helcio or Helkio. Piers, hello. Light blues could be males. Yes, they could be, except I can tell the difference on them. And it is the case that some of the light blues are just males. And also that some of the uneven blueness you need to take into consideration. You can see this on the Babaltis, but it's food sometimes. Like this gal up here, she's about to grow a saddle, but there's some food up in her hump too. Whereas this one's pretty dull. I know that's getting blurry, but pretty dull looking blue compared to the others. Now, this is all very nitpicky because these are, in my opinion, these are like, so here's the uneven one that I'm annoyed with. That one right there. Where did she go? I'm so bad at this while I'm trying to look at the screen, doing it through the screen. But these are all really quality grade A shrimp. Like, these were shipped out to me by Lucas Bretz. They're all grade A shrimp, honestly. Here's one that you know what? It moved. Life is so hard right now. Jeez, guys. Thanks, JQ. That tank looks really good, buddy. Pleco Nation, welcome and hello. Pleco Nation, thank you so much for the donation, Pleco Nation. So yeah, I was just gonna say, Jamie needs to learn more about. I wasn't gonna say that. Needs to learn more about culling. Yeah. So basically, it's super straightforward. You just take the ones that have different traits. Like this gal is darker than everybody. Come on. Wait. Check this guy out while the other one got away. We got a baby maker. And check out that baby maker. Now, hormonally and shell-wise, she's all over the board, so don't judge a female that is pregnant, because she's gonna kill you. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, guys, that was a bad joke. It was a sexist, mean joke. Just don't judge the female shrimp because they have molted and they only get to molt once during their pregnancy, and then they kind of get stuck and they turn weird colors. Just found your channel yesterday. You have helped me so much. I'm spending $70 on aquatic arts right now. 25% off all shrimp and plants. Thank you so much, Bongwater Aquatics. I hope you don't keep your shrimp in bong water. Yeah, so add that shrimp plant promo code, but add Secret History Living in your aquarium. Add that to the notes, and hopefully they'll give you another 10% off or something, but just make that clear that you also saw that, because I was just discussing that with them. Do I have to soften my water? No. My water comes out super nothing. Got your blues from Lucas as well? Yeah, he has the best, I think. Fake name, what's up? How's it going, buddy? I need a source that breeds nano fish in hard water. Lucas Bretz does that. Well, I guess he has... Never mind, that's kind of changed. He makes his own water now. He did back in the day. Yeah, St. Louis area, Indianapolis, Chicago has some great fish. Don't check any of my water parameters, and I also never do water changes, but I seem to be breeding out my Bloody Marys, Blue Dreams, and Black Chocolates. I will sure to mention you, buddy. Oh, yeah. I just hope that they give you like 35% off. Here's an example of what I want my Blue Dreams to look like. Look at that. Just bam. She beautiful. Or he. Was that a he or she? I wasn't paying attention. In any case, let's back out of that. Try to get out of that. Man, there are so many shrimp in this little whatchamadealy. I'm trying to get rid of... There's some settings going haywire on my phone, guys. Normal. No. Alex, they only let you use one code. Yes, I know that. And so what I would... Oh, wait. They only let you use the code once. Really? I'll talk to them about that, because I don't think that's the way it's supposed to be. Like, for sure that they at least were going to give 10% off all the time. Like, no matter what. The 15, we didn't explicitly discuss that. But I will be talking with the owners soon, because I will be representing them in a different way with an ongoing, like, video of the week kind of thing, like with the species, hopefully, where, like, once a month I'll do an unboxing or something, and then I'll actually share with you guys some interesting, facts about a species or about a plant, that they have given to me. But the main thing that I want to do, so just mention that if you're buying something from Aquatic Arts or Flip and they have a better code, just mention that I sent you guys there, and hopefully they'll give you something free, or they'll give you, you know, something a little extra. And yeah, I hope that's the case, because they should do that. Yeah, I know you can't stack codes like that, but there's a spot that says, seriously, Bongwater, email them now. Email them and say, hey, I just placed an order. Alex said that either Bill or Preston could hook me up. Bill or Preston. I just wanted to let you know that I'm coming from Secret History, living in your aquarium. Because the other thing that we're doing is we're keeping track right now this month how many people are coming from this website, or this place, this YouTube channel, and if it hits a goal financially that they want, they will give back like 5% in a surprise gift card to one of the viewers, basically, or something along those lines. And we're negotiating right now how much I can get them to commit, because I obviously want you guys to get something nice, because I'm getting free and or like the plecos, like for a pair I paid $200 for a mated and confirmed pair of adult L144s. So it's not like free for me, a lot of their stuff, but it is a really good deal. So so that's the interest that I have. But you guys, I don't want to represent I mean, I represent them in videos because I think they do a good job, and they make things right in the crazy world that is shipping live fish and critters. But also, basically, I just I like that they have something to offer my viewer and something to offer me in several ways. So it looks like the herd of, look at all the baby Babaltis. I'm really happy to see them out. This is the first feeding time that I've really seen them come out. They come out at the end of the feeding as things are running down. Otter Creek, I'm serious. Go look up their code, or I mean, go look up their email. I think it's like info@Aquatic Arts, or like customer, or you know, it's something like that. Just go to their website, look up their contact info, and write them back and say, hey, Alex Williamson sent me here, or the Secret History sent me here. I was hoping to let you know that, and can I codes, or is there any extra benefit, you know? Now, it is true that they have switched locations. Ooh, there's one that I want to get out. That is a topaz. You guys see that? When the body is super clear like that, like super blue but super clear, that is what we call a topaz. And there are two, you know, not everybody can get into the net. Come on, guys. So, come on. So yeah, email them back right now, or when this cast's over, whatever you want to do, and make sure that that's squared away, because I want you to get your full discount. I mean, I obviously spent a good amount of time talking about them, and you guys shouldn't have to sit through an ad of sorts without receiving a little something extra. And they've been really good. Like, as I said, I've talked to, I think it was Alan, got an extra panda loach, which are like a $30 fish. If you made $200 profit after shipping, that sounds great. Yeah, Alex, let's see here. Why can't I read this message? There's like a thing in the way. I got an orange cherry out of my reds. How do I get more? Ooh, that's fun. Congratulations, first of all. You have a random morph. And secondly, I would say what I would want to do if I were you is I would put that one aside, and then I would find exactly what Bong Water Aquatics just said. Put that with the lightest opposite gender you can find. You want solid coloration though, and if you don't have anyone light, just let them breed out with whoever you can find that has nice color, and just keep doing that. And just those babies, once they've been born, if you take care of that shrimp, it'll live 5 or 6 generations. So when I say light colored, I don't mean like this. Like this one's kind of orangey because it's a crappy grade. Hold on, whoa, that's shaky because I'm zoomed in. Sorry, guys. But like I don't mean like this one. Really, camera, man. So I think the Patreon funds and the all the funds going on. So this one, yeah, see, to me it looks kind of orange, but it's not. It's just actually really low grade red. This is driving me nuts. Let me get this out of the way. Maybe this will help. There we go. So it's not orange, it's just its guts, and then you can see there's clear spots on it. So it's not really an orange shrimp. It is light, but not so much an orange shrimp. That's still considered a cherry shrimp, probably. Looks a little more red when you step back. But if I were trying to get an orange, I would still probably use something like that. But if you have like a true orange color shrimp, I would let it have babies with a solid color red. This is what I would do if you're in it for the long haul. If you have any solid, and by solid I mean not striped or wild, like light looking, like this guy. Like this guy would be a great choice. Look at all the algae and crap floating right now because I moved the filter. This guy would be a great choice. Nice red, legs are red, so you got good stock in there already. Put that in with the other one, and you just allow it to have babies. You keep them separate from everyone else, and then you'll see that they're baby size. So then put those babies somewhere else. Keep an eye on your other colony and see if any orange ones come out again in the meantime. Or go buy an orange one. That's probably what I'd do, is I'd buy 1 or 2 orange ones. But I have bred from wild cherry, like striped low grade. I did it once back in 2005-ish. And then I did it again this last year, or 2017. And I was able to, within about 10 generations, get it looking something like a pretty good solid color. And a generation a month is not unheard of, but it's averages out about every 2.5 months in reality, I've learned, and just talking to other shrimp folks. So, you know, it could take 4 years to get a strain really solid in there. But, yeah. And here's like a random light blue. This is like a blue velvet under there, living amongst the plecos. This is the tank that got the worst of the damage from the heater issue. And I haven't even rescaped it. Most of the cories died in the tank, but I think there's still 8 or 9 cories in there. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, so for everyone talking about aquatic arts, or email them. Please email them and say, hey, I used this promo code, but I found you guys via the secret history living in your aquarium, and I wanted to know, does that help at all? Or, you know, can I, you know, is there anything from that, like a plant or something? I don't know. Because, like I said, depending on different people, I've been hearing people saying that they're sending them like a free boost or a free whatever. And Varanid guy, Did you ever grab the black Neo with the yellow and orange stripe? Yes, so I did, and it totally flipped on me. It's in the blue tank upstairs. It's in the high-tech tank, but it totally flipped on me. So it is now a dark charcoaly blue. So that explains why, I didn't just get it randomly. It was from the blue line. And it's like that, and the eyes are still like a yellowish orange, which is very cool. But yeah, it's kind of confusing. It's turned more of a tan color, so we'll see what genes are in there. It is a female, and it is already pregnant, which is pretty interesting. So we'll see what happens. As I was saying, ooh, Jamie Baker, right now you're trying to figure out what to do with a 29 gallon. I have a huge colony of platies in there, breeding like crazy, and I want to get rid of them. Nobody wants platies. Catching stuff is hard. Yeah, you can make a bottle trap, just Google bottle trap if you don't know what that is. Or just get a net that's like as wide as the tank is and put it on one end and scare them all into it and then pull it up. Because chasing a little 3-inch net is mind-numbing / frustrating. Well, I'll tell you right now, there is a fish in here that I still haven't gotten out of here, the neon black tetra, because I can't ever catch it. It just goes and hides. So, beyond that, check this out. So these little hatchet danios, as they've matured, and the lighting's kind of funky, but look at this. The females, they turn into like salmonoid looking fish. So they get this hook like a humpy salmon does. And you can see that the belly's got a bunch of room for eggs, and her nose is hooked upwards so she can eat right from the surface, more protein in the form of insects. Kind of cool evolutionary adaptation. Also, these are those multi-stripe loaches, dwarf loaches. I want to do a video again on them in detail because they are really fun little guys. Also, the sunset or honey gouramis doing well. Oh, here it is. This is the one I can't get. This black stripe neon tetra. Can't get. But the funniest thing about the whole situation, which tetra decided to lay eggs in my tank when there were a group of them? The black neon stripe. So I have the one that I can't get rid of, and now that group that there were like 5 of at one point way back had eggs somewhere in the tank, and I now have like 7 babies flying around the tank somewhere. Alyssa. Oh yeah, draining it down. Draining down a tank to scoop stuff out is rough. Like here, this tank is not a breeding tank, even though it is. Like it's beautifully set up in the mind of a fish because there's so many hiding spots and different textures and stuff. And biofilm and algae growing so quickly that I wipe it off. Look at the moss has just been growing insane. I've never had moss grow so well in a tank before. Also, those swordtails had babies, and the swordtail the swordtail babies are growing so quick on me, and I need to get rid of them. They're half swordtail, half platy. But you can see them scooting around. So this tank has 5 species of fish spawning in it right now. The super reds are also in here with the long fin greens, but the super reds are way too young to reproduce, whereas the greens can. Also, I've got pencil fish, Brazilian ones that we will not be getting out of Brazil again, but they're breeding. The RE2s are breeding. How big is this tank? It's a 40 breeder, which is pretty crazy. This tank right now, I'm letting stuff immerse so that I can watch things flower. I'm also in the process of each day getting rid of duckweed. I tried to get rid of all of it a couple days ago, and I had to do it again. But the other thing I love about this tank, other than the duckweed, is my Pandagara babies. They're my... Oh, check it out. A gold lion shrimp came out just for you guys. I've got those new Corridoras with the longer tail fins out of northern Colombia. It's good just to have friends in a local fish club that you can trade things with. But yeah, check out this gold line. This is a Lucas Bretz shrimp also. Very tame shrimp. I fiddle with the fish in my tanks quite a bit, and so they are very friendly. But I'm sure it won't do it on camera on cue. I was teaching these guys how to jump from finger to finger a while back, and then I was also teaching them to hang out like in a cupped hand, and they were like falling asleep on my hand. And so I just had a bet with my wife that fish aren't, what's the word? Fish aren't, you can't pet a fish, or fish don't have personalities. Well, Pandagaras sure do, and I love my Pandagaras. They're so cute. So, in any case, I probably have something. You shouldn't really reach in your tank all the time because of, lotion or just the day on your hand. Just stuff that builds up on there. If you use soap, it makes things worse, obviously. You don't want to put soap in your fish tank. So being cleanly, quote unquote, or hand sanitizer does leave like a glycerin residue oftentimes, or something like that. But you shouldn't reach into your tank if you can help it, with hands that haven't just been super washed. Which I did super wash my hands before this cast because I've been working in the tank anyways. But yeah, just remember that your hands have that residue. So, as I said, I wanted to thank everybody supporting the channel, supporting me and my fishies. Some Pogostemon erectus, and also we've also got some flamingo crypt and some pink panther crypts back there. The only difference I can really tell, honestly, is that the pink panther looks like it's rotting. Looks like it has green algae on it. But that's the difference I can tell. Also, oh, hello. It always surprises me. It scared my wife when these guys first did this. But the gouramis also tend to nibble on my hand, and it's not like, it doesn't feel friendly. It feels like they're angry, and they're like, get out of my tank kind of nibbles. But yeah, you can see the color coming out in the Pandagaras. They'll flock to my hand if the other fish are chasing them, if there's food in the tank. A lot of times they'll decide to like all come over to my hand because they feel like they're scared of the other fish. So it's kind of fun. But yeah, this 40-gallon, I cannot express how much I have, according to the rules of the game, overstocked. But back here, if you take a look, this is a literal mat for over half the tank of fast-growing Rotala that I just constantly cut. Rotala ludwigia, and then we got stargrass that's fast, so it's just sucking the nitrates out of how many fish are in here, and also giving it places to hide. But I mean, we've just got too many fish in here. I mean, there's 12 panda cories in here. There's all sorts of, fry in here. I love the tank overcrowded. Just, that's just what I like. So these plants have decided it is good night time. You see this, how they're folded up like that? They do that at night, and that means you guys didn't know it, but I turned the light back on for y'all when you came in, or for the channel. And now I'm going to turn off the light for them because the plants are closing up, which means that they are ready, according to their natural internal clock, to go to bed. So, turning that tank down. I'm going to get out of here soon, you guys. Let me look at some questions. Flamingo crypts, yeah, they are hard to find, is what I have learned. I waited a while, got them from an ADA source. I wanted to mention that the funds that I receive, as much as I have medical bills and stuff like that going on, I think all that will be stable, which is good. Now I think my wife and I have it figured out where, you know, it's going to be 20 grand, but we'll be paying it out over time, and that's just life. But with the money coming into the various sources from the channel of money, I think I want to do one, save money to go to the Aquatic Experience next year for sure, but I will be at the Aquatic Gardeners Association meeting, the 2019 one, that is actually going to be in my home state of Washington, in my home city, which is so cool. Seattle's real far out of the way, and so I'm really happy about that. But I hope some folks come out from the rest of the YouTube world here. Well, thank you so much. What are they doing about saying I have a natural looking tank downstairs? It is full of plants from all over. I thought the flamingo variety isn't stable and changes back. The flamingo variety, I don't know. People just name things whatever. And I don't know if one is stable and one is not. But if it's sold by Aqua Design Amano, which this one was in a tissue culture, that means that it is a clone. If it's a tissue culture, that's a clone, and so cell by cell it should be the same. So I wouldn't think that they would use something that sucks that is no good and turns a different color. I wouldn't think that they'd use stem cells from that. Yeah. Oh, let's see here. Jamie Baker said, if you set up a container with a couple of cheap goldfish on your deck, you'll have a good place for that duckweed. Yeah, totally. Why aren't you going to buy from Brazil? Oh, we can't. The U.S. or Brazil actually banned all imports of tropical fish, live tropical fish, to the U.S. except for aquariums and stuff, like big aquariums, like zoos and things. So some of the pleco varieties, catfish and tetras, as well as other what do you call it? Epistogrames and different like Epistogramma cockatoides, things like that. And a lot of the plecos that people like, they're just done. They're not letting them in. And same with all of the fish right now, because they feel that they were overexploited and or the fishery is not being managed at all. There's just different reasons. Some of them are true, but the biggest reason why their stocks have decreased, depleted. Welcome to Halloween. Caw, caw. That's not the noise bats make. Piercing high pitch noise. The real reason is this group Piaba and IBAMA, IBAMA, have gotten together, and they've basically been like, okay, we don't even know what resources we have, and the city or the government's building these big old hydroelectric dams to bring light into the jungle, which has been historically a pretty off the grid region, even in their capital of Amazonia. I think it's called, which was like a city built as a capital city in the middle of the jungle. It's kind of an interesting city if you guys want to check out architecture and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, so yeah, thanks, Ibama. Yeah, it's with an I. Um, please don't go all political and mad on me on this video too. By the way, the last video, I'll go out and say it that isn't that Manaus? Yeah, that might be it. But so look up. I think it's Amazonia. It's a giant city in the middle of the friggin' jungle that was supposed to be futuristic in the 70s and modern, and it's just like a big corrupt mess. That's a Western bias view. If you're in Brazil, I already know that that comment is coming. Yeah, Manaus is the capital of the state of Amazonas. Okay. I don't know what's the capital of where. I'm not pretending to. Don't know off the top of my head right now for states or anything like that. But there's a big old city out in the middle of the jungle, is my point. And they were doing all these building works projects and trying to put more of the tribal and agricultural folks, river living folks, they're trying to get them settled into more cities and, you know, get sanitation, irrigation, transportation together, and yeah, and that included building hydroelectric dams just as the US did, but unfortunately in some cases like in the Zengu region, I believe it is, down central, south central, they basically um, dammed up a bunch of rivers, which puts the water at the high level, high water mark, and essentially then the fish, sometimes some fish may not be able to reproduce. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But the native I think there were a bunch of tribes, but one that in America people may know of, the Yanomamo, who there have been a lot of documentaries on and stuff. They got together and they sat on top of the berms being built for the new dam being constructed, and they protested. And they actually stopped the building of the dams, and they said that they're going to stop all building of dams in Brazil for the time being. Sorry guys, I'm washing my hands off of the duckweed that's stuck all up my arm. But they said they're going to stop building the dams all over, like this art, by the way. But they said they were going to do that. We'll see what happens. The theory that I've read by opposition to the government of Brazil is basically that the company subcontracted through the state, and which is kind of the state. I don't get how it works down there. I won't pretend to. Is also in financial trouble, and they probably weren't going to finish the project on time and may have been out of money anyways. So there's a whole political thing going on beyond just the logistics of it. But the fish that we like, hopefully we'll be able to breed in the US at this point, as we have brought in most of the fish by now, right? So like the zebra plecos, though, there's an issue. Yes, we are breeding them. Yes, a guy in Indonesia has been able to get his farm to consistently breed them finally after a long time of trying, with hormones and antibiotics and all that jazz. And he gets batches of like 7 to 12 fish at best. So they're still going to be expensive. But there's who knows how many species that we will just not be able to collect. Things like cardinal tetras or, you know, that kind of stuff. Neon tetras that were historically collected in mass. By the way, I want you to see that this Malawi shrimp, this one is like reddish orange, kind of cool colors. And there's a baby of the L144 pleco that I put up here just because I don't like to put all my eggs in one basket. So I put my baby plecos all over the place. And then as they get bigger, I will move them around. By the way, these panda loaches are eating algae off the rocks, and that's why I've let the algae kind of go crazy in here. Yes, thank you, Betsy. We do have a Facebook group if you want to share your stories and pictures, or if you're like, oh, crud, something went wrong. Here's a clear Malawa shrimp and a blue dream. Uh, but yeah, this is kind of the blue tank, the metallic or whatever, I don't know what you want to call it, gasoline shimmer blue tank, and black and white striped tank. Uh, so I think I'm gonna get off of here soon, as I said earlier. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I am feeling really grateful for those of you who like and subscribe to the channel, who support the channel and me, whether that's just watching the videos, sharing links, that's free. I totally understand it if you guys don't have money. But I am here for everyone if you need help with like a fish that's struggling or whatever. And I will be doing personal consultations over YouTube, not YouTube, Skype or something along those lines. Um, are panda loaches hard to care for? Yes, they are finicky. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't go. I wouldn't say hard to care for, but check out my video from the other day, and I kind of explain it there. You just have to be committed or ready, and if you set up the tank right, if it's the right kind of tank, if it's not a discus or an Oscar tank or a cichlid tank or something, they're easy to take care of. If it's a a tank for CPDs and rasboras, easy. So, what type of fertilizer can you use in a shrimp tank? I don't like using any, honestly. But that being said, in these big tanks with Neocaridina, Malawa, and sorry guys, the sinus infection's like killing me, putting pressure on my forehead's helping. The Malawa and the Babalti, sorry guys. Uh, I use both Easy Green, which has nitrates and nitrites in it, which get at least nitrites in it or nitrates in it. And then I use this now, which I think is a lot better. Just never ever use anything with copper or like nickel or the heavier metals. Magnesium, manganese, that stuff's okay. Potassium's okay. Calcium's okay. But yeah. Anyone ever try the slope breeder tank for egg scattering species? Yes, I have. We'll talk about it on another live stream, fake name. I like that topic. Yeah, Easy Green, super easy. The only thing I don't like about Easy Green and why I have switched to this is because I pack my tanks personally with fish, and so my nitrates and by default nitrites before they were converted run high because I put so many fish. I break the inch per gallon silly rule or whatever. And so I've got like 40 fish in this tank and a bunch of shrimp, and it's like a under 20 gallons. Uh, but with all the plants and everything, I don't want to add more nitrogen in any form. So I like being able to just introduce potassium, magnesium, calcium, phosphates, and that sort of thing. Your micro and macro nutrients. Who did you mention to email about your order to? Oh, yeah. So if you bought something from aquaticarts.com, who has a killer plant sale going on right now. I bought them, like, no special deal or anything. I just literally bought plants off of them also. As you guys would probably figure, I'm tight on money, but I did have money from a super chat. Thank you so much, you guys. And when I was bummed about my fish passing away, I ordered some plants too. Got some new plants from Bentley as well. And yeah, so hit them up. I think it is. You know what? Let me find out for sure, so I don't tell you something wrong. Let me look on my email. Do 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 do. Aw. And as you guys can tell, probably someone asked how my lightning issues were going. Even through this cast, I get a little worn down. So like where I'm still doing okay, I am getting a bit mentally like, uh, all right, ba 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 ba. Where is all my stuff with? So I was talking to Bentley a lot over there at, or I mean Preston. Sorry, Bentley is whose email I was just looking at. Uh, over at Aquatic Arts, but now he's got a co-manager named Bill, I believe. So yeah. Um, so Bill will also be talking. Let's see here. I don't want to. I've been emailing so many different places that I don't want to mess you guys up. Aquatic. So it's info@aquaticarts.com. That's pretty easy. It's info at AQUA yeah, aquatic, yeah, just normal, no spaces or anything like that. So info at symbol AQUATICARTS.com, at aquatic info at aquatic arts. If you ordered something, because they've got a killer 25% off plant sale going on right now, let them know that you came from this channel. I'm really hoping that they will honor at least the 10%, if not 15% code, or maybe they'll just throw in like some boosts or some extra broadleaf stellatus. I know that they had some extra of that before, but sometimes they'll have more of other stuff on hand and they can hook us up in that way. I don't know if you can stack discount codes for sure, but in the past you could stack the 10% no matter what. And more to come on our relationship with them as a channel soon. They're based out of, I think, Indiana, Indianapolis. Well, yeah, it's good. I mean, thank you to get recognition for sending work their way, because then they'll send me stuff at a discount or for free sometimes. Like, if they get a bunch of something new, they'll send me a sample for free when I pay for something, since I'm already having it come out. But yeah, it's a good way to get stuff. Check it out. Let you guys know if it's a cool plan or not. I mean, some of the things I've gotten are boring, so I want to tell you guys that honestly. And essentially, the end goal is that yes, thank you, Bongwater Aquatics. I appreciate that, and thank you, Betsy, for being on the ball. I'm falling off the ball, so I just want them to know, like, whoa, there's actually quite a few people watching the channel interested. Maybe we should bring in, say we all want panda loaches, and it's clear, focus. It's clear that that's what we're all into, or maybe some fish that's hard to find, like Hikari. Danios is another one I've been asking them. But some of the interesting nano fish and micro fish that they have, I have specifically requested ahead of time. Like, hey, Preston, could you talk to David or Crystal or whoever's ordering, like, about getting a hold of this plant or this fish? And as a channel, we have a lot of sway if they notice that we're doing that. So that's kind of cool. It's cool to have that in a company that's a little bit bigger size company than just a, out of the house aquatic company. And I like to have a big box store that I can recommend, even though they're just like a dozen people working, or maybe 20 now. They may have grown. Yeah, so basically, I like to have a large source that can ship around the country and everything quickly, like akin to a Petco or PetSmart in their selection. And this is far better than that as far as they have way better fish and selection than that. Um, but my point is that it's a bigger store that has a lot of different goods and stuff rather than like I suggest Lucas Bretz. It's just like Flip Aquatics. I recommend them for everything Caridina, shrimp related. Yeah. So all right, Betsy, let's hear it. Keep the channel up for me. Yeah, I'm here. I'm fading, but I'm here, Betsy. Which orange shrimp from Aquatic Arts? Orange Sakura or really? I like their orange realies. They're really pretty. But if you're trying to breed with that other one, I would go with the orange Sakura. Those are going to be a really true like pumpkin-y bright orange. All right, so Betsy is talking. Allergies get our mind as well as our body if it goes on too long. I can see it in the other video. Yeah, exactly. What are they doing? Hope you're doing all right and having a good night if you know that. But yeah, my allergies are getting to me. And also just so I've mentioned a billion times, and this is a fish channel, but I do have lupus. Also, I got hit by lightning. So I have like a stamina issue. Plus, I get dehydrated. My liver and kidneys aren't working quite as they should be right now. I've had surgeries and different stuff going on. And so I get worn down easily. I start real strong when I've rested, and I'm excited to talk to you guys. But yeah, so I was asking, Betsy says, I was asking about getting some of George Farmer's plant cultures and stuff over here because they're so expensive normally. So as Betsy's saying this, I've noticed Tropica showing up in Seattle, Tropica tissue cultures and Japanese ADA. Now Aqua Forest used to sell stuff, but I know H2O Plants does have some tissue cultured stuff, but I'm really excited that Canada will be starting up making stuff in North America. Like we don't have to ship it all over. Um, oh, that's what Betsy's announcement is. Sweet. Uh, so as Betsy says that they are making stuff um, in in Canada. Let's see. They will be cheaper. Hopefully they are cheaper, Betsy. I agree. It wouldn't surprise me if they're still around that $9.99 mark. They're like $10.99 at my local shop, but like at Aquariums and Steve knocks stuff up to like $12.99 sometimes or $15.99 even. I know for a fact because I have looked at ordering sheets for the fish store and a couple other places that are not so shy about it. I haven't looked at aquariums since, but I know that they can get aquatic aquacultured plants for $2.50 to $3 wholesale, and then they sell them for about $10. Somebody Tropica was on the stream, and cheaper is what they told me. It'd be great if they were like $5.99 or $6.99. I would be so excited. Don't get mad at me, everyone, but maybe we might end up with more what's it called? Tariffs and stuff, so that would suck if that affects anything. I don't think it would. They're mostly talking about timber and stuff like that. Otter Creek Aquatics, did you used to do LRB Aquatics artwork? He said the artist was struck by lightning. Yeah, that's me, and guess what? So I don't get any pay or anything from him. I just did that to be nice, and that's actually, I guess I did get paid in the form of I got some shrimp, But you guys are seeing it right here because you stuck it out till the end, and this is what I'm ending the live stream on. These are two potentially new rough drafts for logos or stickers or hoodies, stuff like that for him. Pencil is still on it. I have my ability to draw back, and there's one with him sitting meditating with the little Neocaridina blue dream on his shoulder, and a couple crawling on him with his crypts and his pearl weed, and then LRB Aquatics, and a bag of his endlers shining, and then his locks, his Jesus-y locks. And then over here, there is a vague figure resembling a man, at least, I guess, holding a traditional fishbowl with guppies or endlers, a shrimp giving a high five, another shrimp giving another high five. This one's like, I want to join the party. He is totally stomping the LRB Aquatics. So we don't know. He didn't have time before Aquatic Arts or the Aquatic Experience to do anything with these. But since he's always got fish I want, I've basically done some free work for him, like in the hopes of trade in the future and whatnot. And so, yeah, that is the deal. And if you email, um, why am I filming this? Um, yeah, my answer is yes. If you guys want some art made, you can check out. There are links in the description, I believe. And Otter Creek Aquatics, I will totally draw you something, no problem. I usually work, something like one of those little drawings, like 50 to $100 to have it computerized or whatever. Um, but I clean it all up, logo it, make it so it can be the size of a billboard or whatever, do that kind of stuff. Couple $100. I mean, that's what I do for a living. That's lots of rough drafts and sketches and ideas. That's kind of the final, not final, but getting there drafts of that little project. And then we've got another one where he's going to be a wizard. So there'll be a series that's rolling out. And it's also like I look up to him. I really respect him. I've learned a lot from him. And I'm hoping that maybe in the future, maybe I won't ask to be paid. Maybe I'll ask for like, I don't know, 4% off of each shirt sold or something. But that's hard for him to calculate and whatever. So it'll probably end up being like, give me 20 blue dreams. And to him, that's free. And to me, that's money I would have spent wanting. So, Bob, also let me know. Anybody who wants, Betsy, do you have my email? Alexander J. Williamson at gmail.com. I am home right now and I'm not working other than little teeny projects like this. I am a graphic designer. I am an illustrator. I have books out. I have botanical illustrations, and I have been a tattoo artist for over a decade. So you can check me out at www.somainkdesigns.com or at the Instagram Alexander J. Williamson. So there's links out there. There might be links even in the description. I don't know if my art links are there, or www.soma, S-O-M-A, meaning body, or where body meets mind in Ayurvedic texts and in the old sorry guys, I'm fading. In any case, Soma Inc. I-N-K, ink as in tattoo, ink, designs.com. SomaInkDesigns.com. If your mind is blown, that's awesome. Thank you guys so much for the super chats tonight. As always, thank you for the support, the laughter, and the fun. As I said, I am fading. I am going to take a break, and I'll be back with another video, another live stream, whatnot. And if anybody needs a consultation, I'll probably do like I don't know. I'm just trying to think of some more ways to make money while I only have the stamina of an hour at a time. So, um, yeah, if you have a question about something that you want, we can probably work something out. I like trades too, so whatever. All right, you guys, have a wonderful night. Take care of yourself, your critters, and the people around you, and that love will come right back eventually. All right, you guys, take care, Fish Fam. So good to see you guys. I had fun tonight, and share the links. Talk to Aquatic Arts. Make sure they know that you came from here, and see if you can get some free stuff. Arr. All right, you guys, take care. Bye, guys.